We'll talk about chapter 30.1, Translations. A transformation changes the position, the size of a shape, and there are four basic types of them: a translation, reflection, rotation, or enlargement. A translation is the movement of a shape from one place to another without reflecting it or rotating it, and every point in the shape will move in the same direction and through the same distance. You can describe the translations by using vectors. A vector is represented by the combination of a horizontal shift and a vertical shift. You can see the image about example of translation on the right. Here's an example about transition. You will use vector to describe the transition of these triangles in the picture below. A from A to B, B from B to C, C from C to D, and D from D to A. And here is the answer for the example. A, the vector describing the translation from A to B is 2 and 1. You can see that from shape A to shape B, we have to move 2 right and 1 upward to get from shape A to shape B, and it's the same for the other. The vector describing the translation from B to C is 2 and 0. For C to D is -3 and 2, and from D to A is -1 and -.
Okay guys, so let's move on to the next chapter, 30.2, Reflections, Method 1. So the definition of it, the reflection transforms a shape so that it becomes a mirror image of itself. Like, for example, reflect the shape in the line provided. So you can see here, this is the shape and this is the mirror line, and you have to reflect it in the other way, upside down. So here's the example. So the reflection of each point in the original shape, called the object, here you can call this the object, is perpendicular to the mirror line. So you can see here, for example, this point and this point is perpendicular to the mirror line. So if you fold the whole diagram here, along the mirror line, and the object will coincide with its reflection, calls it image. So here's the exercise for you. Firstly, you copy this diagram down, and then on your copy, draw the reflection of the given triangle here, following each cases. A is x equal 2, B x equal -1, C x equal 3, D y equal 2, E y equal -1, and F y axis. So here's the given triangle, and you have to reflect it in each case. So you can pause here if you want to do it by yourself, but let's move on. So here's the answer. In each case, draw the line given as a mirror line, and then draw the reflection. So I just do one example for you. It's the first case, x equal to 2. So you know the line for the x equal to 2 is this line. You see here in the x-axis, number 2, so it is x equal to 2. And you draw the mirror line, and this is the given shape, and you have to reflect it the other way around. So you see here, it's just like the mirror. It's just like the mirror, and this guy reflects itself. Next chapter is 30.3, Reflections, Method 2. So in the previous chapter, you learned about reflections, method 1. So now is the other way method that you can do it. So it is the introduction. So you have been learning about reflections in horizontal or vertical lines. It's like like horizontal line, vertical lines. And now in this chapter, you will be able to reflect a shape in any line. Like this, for example, draw the reflection of triangle T in the line equation y equal to x. You know, in the previous chapter, you just learned about the mirror line, like vertical or horizontal, but now it's the y equals to x, and I think this a bit more difficult, but it's not that hard, so you can try it. Here, so to find the image of each vertex of a triangle, draw the line perpendicular to the mirror. So here each vertex, and you will draw the perpendicular line to the mirror line. You see here? And then each vertex and its image are the same distance from the mirror line, but on the opposite side. So here, for example, this vertex is like have the same distance from the mirror line to this point, but like it just in the opposite side. And use the grid to help you to find a new vertex. You can use like the grid here to help you, but if you don't have the grid here, I think you should use the ruler to measure the right distance. And join the new vertices to draw the reflection of the triangle. So this is the new triangle, the reflection. And you see here each vertex, like it just perpendicular to the original vertex, but it's in the other side and is perpendicular to the mirror line. It's your turn. So copy down this diagram and reflect the triangle in this line. Firstly, y equal to x, and secondly, y equal to negative x. So if you want to do it, stop here, and now I will show you how to do it. So first, you can draw the line for this case, y equal to x. So this is the line y equal to x, and then you draw the perpendicular lines to the other side of the mirror line, and you will get the new reflection like this. You see that? For example, this vertex, if you draw this line, and it will like have the same distance from the mirror line. And the second one, y equal to negative x. Here is the line y equal to negative x. Is the other way around to the first case. And then this is a bit more difficult, but you just do in the same thing. Draw the perpendicular lines to the mirror line and just find a distance. So here is your new shape. It's not that difficult, and you can find more examples online or on the textbook, but this basically how you can do it, like you can deal with reflections